Hello, people. How's it going? Immigration is a hot topic in this country. No, this is part of a series of books in the land where I live, the land of Minnesota. Actually, a pretty good series. I have four other books, so other people. I'm trying to buy all the other ones, but I think I thought I would do this one. Germans are the largest single immigrant group in Minnesota history, perhaps most invisible. Exploring this paradox, author Kelly Niels Kunzen recounts the struggles and triumphs of the Germans who transformed acres of wilderness into productive farms and brought to America their love of art, music, and sociability. And she not only discusses the well-known enclaves in Brown and Stearns counties, but also looks at smaller communities in Twin Cities. In recent times, a renewal interest in German heritage can be seen in towns like New Ulm, home to the statue of Hermann the German, and Heritage Fest, the annual summer ethnic festival. The Germans have actually been here longer for a long time. The Germans, or known as the Hessians in the American Revolution, have been there since then. So the Germans were sent over here to fight the American colonists. Well, they were Hessians, but they were still, remember, King George actually was German. He was German. This book is pretty good. I mean, it does talk about the early years and this, the numbers and locations of where they came from and how many came here, where they went, why they left Germany, why Minnesota. Because of all farmland, that's why. Look, all this farmland with no one on it that we need to concern ourselves with. Until 1862, when we had the Dakota Uprising. Livelihoods and communities, churches and schools, expressions of ethnicity and public sphere, passing generations, personal accounts, A Farmer in Stearns County by George Kilgore. Further reading. These books are pretty cool. Obviously, I gotta think that. I bookmark. I mean, the church I go to was founded by Germans. It's a German-related church. It even has the old sign of when it first started, of when they first came here. They didn't come to this location, but it is one of the first German churches that got here. I mean, the Germans have been around. They are the largest. Is Herman the German? Oh, but these books do a pretty good job. It's not very long. You can easily read this in a day. Why they came here, what they had to put up with, why they came to Minnesota, what they endured during the uprising, in the Dakota Uprising in 1862. The fact that they really did become quite well successful being here. Yes, they did introduce beer at Oktoberfest. It's Germany. Let me remember one thing though, because a lot of people don't understand this, is Germany was not unified until later, until 1870 or 70 or somewhere around there. Yes, they were unified. They were a bunch of city-states, literally. I mean, just a basic bunch of little city-states and blah, blah, blah. I call it city-states because it's probably not. But, they built it. They came here because they even said, look, there's land. Go farm. Use it. We'll deal with Dakota. They didn't do very well. Good job. But that's a whole different story. I like this. We talked about the churches that came here, and the social clubs they made, and the social groups, and the immigrant problems, and the problems with other immigrants from Germany. Germany is a very interesting immigration group because they came here and they literally forced Minnesota. I mean, in a lot of ways, they probably owe a lot to the Germans in Minnesota. I mean, they more so than the Swedes. I just like this book. It has all kinds of pictures in it, all kinds of history in it. I mean, again, New Ulm. I remember correctly, New Ulm was actually founded by founding. What? I believe so. I remember my brain members. Yes, but in fact, Red Republicans who promoted Minnesota's best-known German colony, New Ulm. I mean, New Ulm is German. It was founded by Germans. really doing this book any justice because it is excellent if you want a short, very brief, very to the point history of Germans in the state of Minnesota and why they came here and their cultural impact of being here. And their interest in politics and their interest in the industry. Germans are here, but he says in the thing, it's almost like they're invisible. I mean, my last name is German. Sigler is a German name. Probably wasn't pronounced that way. And they did pronounce this well. They as much as people like to complain about what Europeans did when they got here, they did take the land and they did take it and make it into a fertile land for growing crops and doing a whole lot of other stuff. They really did help carve Minnesota into the state that it is. Really did. They did. They brought their love of art. They brought music. Well, they had Beethoven. Unfortunately, they had Wagner. They did have Brahms. They did have Mendelssohn. I can't mention Mozart because Mozart was Austrian. I mean, New Ulm, Statue of Herman German. I'd like to go to New Ulm, and I'd like to see any monuments they have of the Dakota uprising. It does have some pictures. It's problem with this little book is it does compact a lot of history into a tiny little space. Of course, the Hams Brewery. Those who live here will know what that is. The Germans left their mark. They were here. They came. They saw. They stayed. They built churches. I'm going to that. Look, the church I go to was founded by German immigrants. Immigrants helped build this country. Legal immigrants helped build this country. I know it's a terrible thing to say, and I know in this day and age of legal or illegal and anti-immigrant this that. It's not anti-immigrant. It's anti-illegal. That country has a right to limit immigration. All countries limit immigration. It's the way it works. We don't like it because we have too many people who think they can just come in and do whatever. That's not how it works. German immigrants came in here and they literally remained German at their heart, but they became Americans too. That's the point. The point that some of you just don't get. And there's put it all. Hopefully I'm holding this up long enough for people to read this. Interesting. It's the New Ulm post office. The Germans were in the Civil War. I mean, there were a lot of regiments in the Germans who fought in the American Civil War. So when the Germans came here, they really did want to assimilate and be part of the American culture, but they also kept their own culture, which is a good thing. They always keep their own culture. But they also came and they said, okay, we're Germans, but we're in a new country. We got to at least learn the language. The members of the Sunbeam Band wear homemade gingham bathing suits. Oh, you can see that, but sure, why not? On my screen. Anyway, there's a fellow who fought in the Civil War. And the Germans really did leave their mark on Minnesota history and on American history, but on Minnesota history. With Germania, I don't think it's see the writing. I'm trying to live there long enough to see the writing. I mean, I think neither. Remember, they had to deal with being here during World War I and World War II. They weren't exactly light. Interesting pictures. The new Munich baseball team. I guess that's it. But yeah, this book is very cool. It's very interesting. It's small, it's short, it's to the point. It really does compact a lot of Minnesotans, Germans in Minnesota. I mean, it could be a little more fleshed out, but then again, it's made for people who don't have a lot of time. They just want to know the basic stuff. Because there are other books on this. I like this. I like this series of books of the different peoples and different countries. So anything else that they interest? 3 decades before the St. Paul's first winter carnival in 1886, Minnesota Germans were already celebrating Carnival, or Catholic Germany tradition, pre-Lenten celebration. So that's what that was. Or we had our winter carnival here in the land of frozen north. I showed that already. Children. Uh, or employees of a brewery. Oh, shocking. Germans made beer. Anyway, Minnesota owes Germans a lot because they did a lot when they got here. And, and they were a tough bunch. Germans are a tough bunch. They will make something work one way or another. They will make it work. Anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe. I will probably do some other Colorado. I am trying to find one particular one. I know they have one on the month I want to do. I know they have one Finland. Am I missing? And the African Americans. They have one on Somalis. They do have one on Somalis. I'm trying to get them all. I probably should just do an entire series just on all of it at one time. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. See you later. Behave yourselves and